Hello, everybody. This is Fighter Couch, along with Metal Blue Eyes and Double RPG. Double RPG is
Hey,
one playing,
Yes.
and we've got some Lunar, but we've also got apparently some events like Hasbro, PulseCon, and Tokyo Game Show.
Oh, definitely.
there's all
So
kinds of stuff.
in the last episode, we made our way to Larpa to save Lucia from her curse, and then we go save her from General Leo, and now we're on the run from him and Althena's guard. And now we're inside the Illusion Woods, where we're meeting our newest party member.
Hey, LPH. Yep, he's right. LPH mentioned there's a lot of updates. So many.
Hmm That is too true.
So how you guys doing this week?
Pretty good, thanks.
Oh, cool. Yeah, been really busy with work this week, and also been working on my Legend of Zelda retrospective. Finally got started with the post production on that, so that's been making
hmm
me very happy getting that in the works.
Well, you know how I'm doing. I'm
Um,
trying. I'm trying.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we introduce ourselves to the circus troops ringleader, and now we have to go talk to Jean, who's out getting a breather after her fine,
Nice.
luscious dance that she showed us near the end of the last episode.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yes.
getting us all acting unwise.
Mm-hmm. And it's this time of the year when you can smell the wild roses of the Madoria Plains in the air. Oh, I didn't even know that Lunar actually had so many different locales with names because, I mean, the regions that we visit in the game are all named, but I didn't even know there were certain lands that actually had their names too. But oh well, goes to show
Now
you
you
how
know.
much lore of Lunar that I love seeing on a daily basis.
Oh yes, or as it's known, Luornar. Luornar.
Luor.
Oh, that's the game Fight Earl Cows, please.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's a crappy knockoff, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, right now we're just asking Jean some questions about the caravan that she works for, what song she was actually dancing to, and just all sorts of stuff. So basically, just a little bit of exposition going on in this scene right here. I mean, truth be told, there's no voiced dialogue happening right here. So
But yeah, stuff happens. I gotta see what
hmm
happened at TGS besides the fact that we didn't get what I wanted, which is Budokai, but we did get Tekken 8.
yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
and they did a lot more. They did a lot more showing of the gameplay for. Oh, hey, Muteki. They showed a lot more
Yo,
game.
Muteki.
They showed a lot more gameplay for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth after we saw the trailer last week. So they did a lot of showcasing on the gameplay for that game at TGS. But truth be told, I haven't watched it because I rather keep myself really surprised when that game comes out. Which
You know what? Fair
it's
enough.
it's best not to be hyped. Not to be overly hyped on some things. I feel. And guess what? Cloud's not the only one who gets to ride on a Segway because Ichiban Kasuga from Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth does too. So we got Cloud Strife Mall Cop and we got Ichiban Kasuga Mall Cop. So I guess you can say they are Mall Cop buddies.
I guess so.
Once you start paying the script to Paul Blart Mall Cop 3 like a Cloud Strife dragon.
Like a strife.
LPH, so are we getting any Dragon Ball news in NYCC?
Hopefully, but
That's our last chance, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
They're actually, I'm like, y'all not really gonna let this year close out without nothing, right? Like, what? What y'all doing?
Huh, Gene says that Althena's guard and the Chosen are always harassing the caravan because of them singing and dancing. And they say that the goddess hates them for doing that kind of thing, which we know is bullshit. We know Althena is all for
All
what
she
the
does
free
is
people.
sing.
Exactly.
Like, come on. Muteki mentioned. Remember that Bandai stream for Budokai, but all we got was Sword Art weebs.
Not only that, and Jujutsu Kaisen getting announced.
LPH said a movie, a game, show, anything at this point, right? Like, come on. What are they doing? You know?
Oh, of course. And it really shouldn't take that long of a fighting game to develop, since.
Everybody's gonna have the same move, full power energy wave. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Tenkaichi was fun, but it wasn't really deep.
Oh man, Romvar, suave with your comment how you describe Gene. He says, "My emerald-haired vixen." Very suave. And anyway, Muteki says, "Here's the thing. I think Toriyama was like, I will give you more Dragon Ball, but promote Sandland right now." I
Maybe.
guess he got a good point right there.
Maybe.
I mean, well, of course, yeah, it's got a movie and a
And a
game
game.
coming out. So yeah, it does make more sense because Toriyama maybe wants
All right,
people
now.
to actually see that he actually does do shit other than Dragon Ball.
Yeah, very true. Oh. What in the goddess's name is that just came out of the ground? Holy bejeebus.
And now grabbed her up.
And we're going to see the other side of Gene. Witness right here.
Major Xbox plans made public in Microsoft's FTC case.
Yes, they were actually.
So yeah, you can see that Gene.
Holy crap! NBC covered this. Yeah.
You can see that Gene is also a martial artist and not just a dancer. Because she kicked that weed's ass.
It's a flower.
It's like kids, don't smoke weed. That's the moral lesson right here. Don't smoke weed or we'll kick its ass.
Oh, what? Muteki wrote something. What was it? Let me see.
Super 17 was OP and Dragon Ball Z.
Budokai Tenkaichi.
Mm-hmm. He was.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah, Gene can do stuff. Go ahead.
My body just moved before I knew what was happening. I want you guys promising me that you'll never ever mention what you just said. Ooh. So, even though she saved Lucia from the flower or the weed demon, she doesn't want us to mention anything about her with her waifu moves.
Weird.
So, must be something to her past. Or maybe something happened in her past where, she doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh, wait.
I don't understand at all, Hero. Jean saved Lucia's life and she wants us to forget about it? I mean, Everybody's got their own secrets to keep.
Not about secrets today. Or no, it is. It's as Homer would say, secrets and lies.
Secrets of life.
While passed out on a cake. Secrets and lies. Everything is secrets and lies. He just passes out and goes, secrets and lies. But no, yeah, Microsoft's thing on NBC News is talking about.
Huh.
So what NBC said was purported Xbox files related to the FTC case been published. They include more than 100 documents partially redacted, many of them related to Microsoft's Xbox plans. Microsoft didn't respond to a request for a comment.
Oh no.
Documents include Microsoft senior employees discussing the value of the exclusive hold they have on key video game titles.
Yeah, like I've read it. The TLDR of it is basically they leaked their planned Series X refresh that's coming in the next year or so. Which it's basically a digital only cylinder that has like a single power charging thing on the front.
I wonder if it's going to be cheaper than the S.
It's actually going to be the same price as. It's going to be this. Basically, it's a digital only X essentially.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to retail for the same price as the X. So,
Stupid.
along with a bunch of like little minor improvements, like it uses less power and runs cooler, runs quieter, etc., etc. Yes. Like I said, the only downside is it's basically the digital version of the X. So,
and they're version of the X. Isn't that the S? No.
Well, because the hardware is weaker on the S compared to the X. So they're basically like I said. So this is why they're doing that basically thing, and then they got a new controller coming out, which admittedly does look pretty good with new haptics and speakers in both of the controller halves and stuff like that.
Also, they mentioned Elder Scrolls 6 won't be released until 2026 or later, and will not be for PlayStation. Son of a.
Yeah, so these leaks also revealed Bethesda's original timeline for games before COVID hit, and basically we were supposed to get Starfield 2 years ago. We were supposed to get Starfield DLC and an Oblivion remaster last year.
Holy crap!
And in 2020, basically there was nothing planned for this year, but next year we were supposed to be getting both Elder Scrolls 6 and a Fallout 3 remaster.
Lee, what the heck?
That was their original timeline before COVID.
That's crazy. If
get all over everything.
That would have made
other reasons.
Xbox.
Yeah, or other reasons. Oh, and it's also where they laid it on a little thick to the FTC, saying that unless Game Pass numbers continue to go up quite a bit year on year, that they might just pull out of gaming by 2027.
Sure. Like you said, they laid it on thick there.
Yeah. They were like, but if we don't do very well, we might be going out of business. So please approve this merger. Kind of thing.
So if X/Twitter started charging people, would you keep using it? No.
You know what? I would pay my tithe to God Emperor Elon just to see the whole shit burn.
Unless I had spare money, which I don't. I mean, I can't. I'm gonna get it. You're probably only gonna see. Speaking of X, you're probably only gonna see me there on my phone because if I can't afford I can't get a job soon, or raise enough money on streams, which I don't raise anything on. So. Yeah, Kyle, you heard about all that? Would that have? You're not that much Bethesda guy, anyway, right?
Yeah, I heard about that, but I'm laughing that you guys were talking about that, but didn't notice about the cutscene that was going on, the animated cutscene.
Oh, dang. Well.
Lucia tried to go into the men's bath because
oh boy,
Ruby and Hero were there, and she walked inside the bath all naked.
Oh my!
Hijinks. Well, that's better than what happened to Keiko. It's a joke, right? It's all funny, right?
No. And none of that was happening in this game, I assure you. And, ooh, Hero, look at your face. Ooh, yeah, you need to get a big bandage for your nose there, man. Yeah. Because when Lucia was walking inside the bath, Ruby got in between and told Hero to look away, but...
Oh, Strawman?
Hero was about to view her chest from where he was, but then Ruby got really pissed off and scratched him in the eyes. So, basically, that's what happened.
Trying to see if there's anything else, TGF. Oh, I could talk about Tekken 8.
Yeah,
they showed off some crazy cool stuff. Max was reacting to it, and Max, of course, being Max, was like, this is cool, but I don't like this lobby stuff. It doesn't fit Tekken. I'm like, well, that's what they wanted to go for.
Nice.
And it just happened that, and also, like,
nice.
They just happened to be working out at the same time. But there's some cool things.
Yeah. Cool.
If you're a competitive player, Kyle.
I'm not competitive.
It is.
You are now. No, but if you're playing like online and you lose and stuff, or you win like whatever your replays, the game lets you take control in your replay and gives you gives you moves that you should have done, and you can actually play it out in the replay. Like if you got thrown, you could actually like go back in the replay, take control like you're fighting again, and it'll tell you, hey, that throw you could have broke it by doing this, and actually make you practice it in that fight, the replay of that fight. You can actually control it and learn what you could have done to actually win. You know. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'll have
that
it
part
for my
when I was,
snack. Thank you.
I noticed that part when I was up this morning when I was on Twitter, that I saw that you can actually have control over the replay somewhat in Tekken 8.
Thank you.
And it gives you like punishment and actual tips too. Like, hey, you know, if you did this move, this combo instead, you would have done more damage. This would have been the optimal combo. Or like, hey, if you broke the throw would have been broken like this. Like that's pretty cool, right?
Oh yeah.
I like that. It actually trying to help you. The training mode's pretty good too. It gives you a lot of stuff. Crazy amount of stuff you can do in the training mode.
That sounds good.
You don't have to beat.
Yeah.
No, Gene, you are a fighter. Geek fighter. Join us.
Yeah. With you kicking ass, you can be a geek fighter. You'd be the first female in our troop.
Yeah. But alright, like Tekken 8's pretty cool, right?
Looks like it's sounding more promising of a fighting game that comes out pretty soon. It sounds a lot more promising with its what they're going to have available at launch when compared to Tekken 7. And Tekken Ball comes back.
Yeah, Tekken Ball. Yep.
I forgot
Tekken
about
Ball
that.
And online. You can play it competitively. Speaking of competitive.
What do you do? And I said, just walk and
What do you think of Tekken Ball? Well, I mean, I guess you're happy.
Well, makes me happy. Came back from Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Wii U edition.
Oh, neat.
Alright, so we got Gene and our entourage to save everybody of the caravan who got pulled down by
Oh
that.
wow, Dragon's Dogma got a longer overview at TGS.
Ooh, cupcakes, nice.
The new Dragon's Dogma.
Oh yeah.
They announced it like what, early this year or last year. Well, anyway, they're showing way more of it now.
Yeah.
Oh, poppies. S'more. Oh.
Oh, and speaking of video games, and speaking of Capcom, did you see the trailer for the Onimusha anime?
Oh,
That's
I was
coming out on
showing
Netflix.
Yeah, forgot about that. I'm hoping it turns out okay. It looks alright.
Because, based on the premise of what I read, it looks like it's taking place after after Dawn of Dreams, because it stars Musashi Miyamoto as the main protagonist. And I'm guessing it's going to be in relation to him fighting the Genma right around the time when Ieyasu Tokugawa becomes the shogun of Japan and unites the country to end off the Sengoku period.
I see it's 3D, but it's that 3D that's at least stylized, so it doesn't look too,
Yeah, like the one that Berserk used.
Oh boy.
But it actually looks more refined. That's what I'm saying. For the Onimusha
It's
anime.
way better than Berserk, tell you, but
Yeah, that's what I say. It looks a lot more refined.
Thank you, Mom. Alright. What's up, boys?
well, Onimusha anime. Dark Dragon's Dogma 2.
That's kind of cool to see Dragon's Dogma again.
Oh, and friggin' The Division 3. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, and nobody even gave a care in the world
Yeah,
about
because
that.
nobody does care.
Well, no, not really. Like, it was a novel idea with the first one that wasn't executed terribly well, but it was still novel. And then the second one kind of did the same thing, but worse. So why do we need a third one?
And then, of course, there was Hasbro Pulse, but LPH and Muteki were there for that. And apparently, I was asking about, and I know this for a fact that I wasn't asking all the time, but apparently me asking about some prices to Wheels made it seem like I was asking, like, all the time. Like, no, I wasn't. And even if I was,
the whole time?
Like, I'm just saying, like, yeah, some of them I was, because I wanted to know. That's why I asked. And I wasn't doing it the whole time, though.
All right.
But Metal, you were there for Transformers and Power Rangers. I wasn't.
Yeah, I was there for I was there for the first two of it. And yeah, like I said, Transformers. A lot of the stuff we already knew about because of leaks. So, I mean, hey. But there was some pleasant surprises, like showing off their first new weaponizers, who are weirdly inspired by three different things, funnily enough. They're inspired by the Rock Lords from GoBots, which is they're infamous in their own right. Also by a random one-shot episode from Transformers: The Headmasters called My Friend Stickshot, which dealt with a bunch of weird rock creatures. And then also the Inhumanoids.
Wow.
Dang.
Because the Infernac universe, which is where they're being built from, are from the Inhumanoids. It's like a world from the Inhumanoids. So it's interesting, and they are basically, they look like rock covered vehicles that can entirely split apart and act as armor for other figures.
Oh, that's dope.
Or in so they showed off two. There was Malagnus and Boulder Crash. Malagnus is the smaller one. He's a rock motorcycle that can come apart and turn into a big ass, almost like a Buster Sword. So that's kind of cool. And then Boulder Crash, who's like a Jeep, like a rock covered Jeep, can again either form like armor stuff, or he can be assembled into a gigantic hammer. So yeah, those are kind of cool. Also, we got a first look at some of the leaders for Wave 1, namely Beast Wars Tigerhawk, which I know Soundout and myself are kind of psyched for because, well, Soundout was a fan of Tigerhawk. I was less of a fan of Tigerhawk in the show, as he only literally appeared in the last 3 episodes, solely because Hasbro wasn't sure if they were actually going to make a toy of him or not.
Uh-huh.
So we're finally getting one that has none of the weird, obtrusive, late Beast Wars stank on it. So it actually looks and transforms really awesome, and it's awesome. Oh, and it also inadvertently revealed 2 of the largest figures for next year, which is going to be a Commander class Magmatron, who's actually from Beast Wars 2nd, and is a combination of 3 different beasts into one that can also form an ugly-looking chimera thing, or obviously a 3-in-1 beast mode that actually, robot mode that actually looks kind of cool. And then the big Titan class for the year is apparently Tidal Wave from Armada, which fits since she's basically 3 huge military aircraft that can form into like a giant pseudo-aircraft carrier that then transforms into an utterly gigantic robot. So yeah, he makes sense at Titan. As for Power Rangers, basically Power Rangers is dead, people, and Hasbro wasn't pulling any punches about that, especially because the Star Wars people wanted Power Rangers to stop talking about their couple things that we already knew about, and also in one case piss us off by making Tommy's Master Morpher a Pulse exclusive in the US.
That reminds me of the joke I made.
Which, funnily enough, as soon as it went up for order, immediately sold out.
Damn.
You know the joke I made after you left about finding out Pulse exclusives?
Yeah.
I called it a P Pulse die.
Yeah, just like P Bandai. Yeah.
That's basically America's P Bandai, isn't it?
Yeah. P Bandai scumbags.
P Pulse die.
And then that's kind of when I left. So I didn't see any of the others like for D&D, or I probably should have watched the Magic one, but oh well.
The Magic one was
around.
just a Nerf gun that came with 2 lightning bolts.
You know what? The Nerf gun, I've seen it since. It's weird, but not the weirdest. Not the weirdest brand crossover I've seen since Magic's doing the whole Universes Beyond collaboration series now, where they're collaborating with anything from, well, stuff you would think of like other stuff Hasbro owns, like Transformers and My Little Pony. But no, they're starting to collaborate with stuff like Doctor Who, like Lord of the Rings. So it's Lord only knows what's next. Some people are sort. I know I've heard some Ranger fans hoping for eventually we'll get a Power Rangers themed set, which isn't out of the realm of possibility since, again, owned by Hasbro now. So, possibility? Or G.I. Joe.
And a D&D Power Glove thing. That's right, that thing that it's a
glove
that shoots light and fog.
Because why not? So yeah, not the weirdest things I've seen.
So yeah, as you would guess, I'm fighting the second boss in the game.
She's over here like poisoning Hero like crazy. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently this boss has a hard-on for Hero.
Ooh.
If you just take a look at
what I mean?
How lewd that this boss looks outside of her bud. But yeah, this is Plantella, basically.
That's the kind of stuff they'd censor in Nintendo RPGs back in the day.
Yep.
You ain't wrong.
Oh.
Gypsy magic.
And And this is a pretty difficult boss if you don't know what you're doing, because as we discussed before, games like this, why they were hard back in the day is because they were mostly aimed for rentals.
Yep.
Well, naturally.
But not to worry, we'll prevail. But why is it wants to attack heroes so much? I couldn't tell you.
It's another game with a guy named Hero that I like.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah. Was it
Buster's
spelled-
ready, go!
Was it spelled the same way as Hero's name in this game?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Buster Groove, Hero. He was like the disco guy. Everybody represented a different dance style. His was disco.
Oh.
Disco, disco!
And the
I
main
didn't know
guy
that.
was Heat. And Heat was a break dancer. Gas O did house music. Kelly did like sultry, weird dances, but it was weird because like I'm sultry, but I'm wearing baby clothes with the baby bottle stuff. I'm like that's
Yeah, like what?
that's really off-putting that you're trying to be seductive, but then you're doing stuff like that. The good news is
I guess some people like that.
the good news is in part 2 she changes her gimmick to a cop.
Oh, good.
A sexy cop.
Ah.
You know what? I'd rather have that. I think.
There's Kitty N, of course, who like dresses like a cat, dances, and the final boss is a giant robot named Robo Z, and that robot's dance style is voguing.
Strike a pose. Whoa.
I try to play it, but on emulator, it don't work so good because it has to do with our modern TV.
Yeah, it's one of them games. Yeah, sadly,
like made for CRTs. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just like a lot of the older light guns.
Yep.
Yeah, they're only designed. Well, I mean, yeah, there's like specialty hacks and stuff you can do to get it to work with modern stuff, but.
All right.
Wow, you beat her with that. just regular shot.
Funny, I know.
God, poor Hero kept getting poisoned.
Oh, he took it like a tank.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that was another big gaming scandal this week I almost forgot about. That Warner Brothers is getting slapped around pretty good for their shit quality Mortal Kombat 1 Switch port. That they were blatantly false advertising using screenshots from the PC version running on Ultra.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Dang, bro.
And the game itself looks slightly better than like a launch era PS2 game.
Woof.
And of course, just like the previous ones, it has everyone's favorite kind, always online bullshit.
Yeah. God, you think with Hasbro Pulse having more news than TGS is not something I'd have thought would happen. It's just Hasbro Pulse is only one day and TGS was like a week or something. What the heck? Unless, right? It came right. Is it going or it finished?
What?
And
Did TGS finish? No, it finishes tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it finishes tomorrow. I was about to say, TGF is not done.
Yes.
well, TGIF sadly is.
To September 24th, although technically in Japan time.
Well, in Japan, it's already done. So
Yeah. I guess it is done, yeah.
Yeah. And people think we don't need E3 anymore. I'm sorry, but when they can do stuff like that over at TGS and Gamescom, I'd say it's prime to make a comeback.
Well, we know it ain't. Well, it didn't happen this year, but hey, you never know for next year. Although most people are assuming it's probably kill. So.
Okay, so we finally got Gene into our entourage. So our next destination is this town coming up, where we'll meet our second party member, or not our second, but our last party member, who will join our entourage. Funny to think how I beat that boss just without using any powerful magic, but just with physical strikes, as you were describing, Kaos. But yeah, it was pretty funny. And we're in the town of Takkar, Takkar.
And I have to go to the bathroom.
I knew it was gonna come up, but watch your step, man. like Chris Farley said, David Spade and Black Sheep. Watch your step.
Star Wars. I don't know. There's stuff happening. Right, Metal?
Oh, really?
Right back. Yeah, Star Wars and D&D.
Well, I knew about D&D, but I didn't know about Star Wars. Okay. Oh yeah, I did get that chainmail from that enemy last episode, didn't I? So we don't even have to buy 2 this time around. There's only 1. So how you doing, Metal?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good today. Been a rough couple days, but you know what? I'm standing back. We had a pretty good Master Duel stream yesterday, and of course we also had Hasbro PulseCon, which did a lot of stuff. I've also been enjoying a lot of games recently, like I started playing Separate Ways for RE4, obviously.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get that eventually, but I ended up buying Mega Man X Dive Offline, see how it is. And
yeah, I've been playing that off and on, and yeah, it's actually quite a lot of fun. So
quite a lot of fun when it's not acting like a gacha game.
Well, no, it kind of goes to show you, I know a lot of people have been saying this should be the new gold standard for mobile games, is that when they hit, end of life, just bundle it all into like a single player experience and just shove it on like stores for like a one-time cost. Mm-hmm. and then boom, another way to earn even more money.
Well, I mean, I could definitely see that working,
Yeah, me too, yeah.
I mean, I would definitely like to see that for some of those old Square Enix games that got the plug pulled on
Oh god, yeah. Like, there's a lot of games even now that, like, once they eventually run their course, I would kind of like to see this happen to, like, stuff like Dokkan Battle, or, like, there's just so many mobile games that you could repackage into, like, a pretty fun, like, single-player experience kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, but sadly won't, probably, but I hope more companies do what Capcom did, though.
Yeah, I hope Mega Man X Dive Offline does gain a lot of traction for other publishers and developers to take note of that, to making their mobile games go more of that offline route with earning.
Well, yeah, like I said,
having to pay cash.
Well, yeah, like I said, once your mobile game, like I said, hits end of service, just, like I said, rebundle it and boom, there you go. And another way to keep making money off a game that's dead.
Exactly.
Just like Mega Man X Dive Offline, I'm sure it's going to make Capcom a lot of money, like long after it's maybe not as much at one time, but still, there's obviously a market for certain mobile titles, because there's some that could be good. Like there's that one. There's the Konami Castlevania one that's actually not bad. I think it's Grimoire of something. I can't remember. Grimoire of Souls, which they could repackage. Putting in all the characters and items and all that shit. And like I said, I'd like to see like Dokkan Battle could be a fun one, or Legends even, if it was similarly repackaged.
And I'm pretty sure that Kaus would agree to that as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe something like Mario Kart Tour. Give that a home console release. I mean, or at least release it on the eShop, since that's, going to be shutting its service down pretty soon, and it seems like since no more new content is going to be made available for it after they announce that.
Yeah. Well, I know in Tour's case, they've been putting, like, obviously they've had, like, some of the courses are in 8 Deluxe, so there's that at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the full game itself, yeah, that's a bit of a different thing. What was that other one? Super Mario Run would be another kind of good idea for that, I guess.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Because I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, there was a Mario, like, Endless Runner.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called, Super Mario Run, I think, yeah. And then there's other ones, like there's the 2 big Sonic mobile games at the moment, which is Dash and Forces. Because believe it or not, the Sonic Forces mobile game is actually intriguingly popular.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, there's Sonic Dash, which is a fun endless runner I've played for a while. So, like, stuff like that would be kind of cool as a standalone experience. Well, we can only wait and see.
And if you think that Nintendo's first mobile game should also get a console or at least a full game release, we already have something like that. It's called Miitopia, or anything that's in relation to the Miis that were on Nintendo Wii, Wii U, and 3DS.
Yeah, the Mii. Yeah, all the Mii games, yeah.
LPH, yes, that needs to happen with KOF All-Stars. Once that dies down, as well as Street Fighter Duel on mobiles or on mobile devices, they need to get that same treatment as Mega Man X Dive Offline.
Mm-hmm.
With controller support too.
Naturally.
Because whenever I played Mega Man X Dive, the original, when that first came out, I still could not get past playing that game using just only, the touchscreen or whatnot. That's one of those games that you need to use a controller on. Yeah,
but even then, like, it's not perfect, because I can tell you that X Dive on the Steam Deck, for some reason, does not use the D-pad. It only uses the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing it can change, but that's like a settings thing, so it's not a big deal. But still, it's I agree. Like touch controls for the most part are kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. Because, lo and behold, I mean, there are some really good mobile games out there that are actually fun to play, but it's like it's one of those things that you wish for them not to, go under that pay-to-win formula.
Well, I know, that's the nature of the beast for pay-to-win, unfortunately.
I know. I mean, it's a big thing in Japan, but it's not really that big when it comes to everywhere else. I mean, it definitely has gained some grounds outside of Japan, but when in Japan, it's a massive market. Can we use a lifeline, or how about a 50-50? Really? You make a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire reference in this game, Ruby? That's funny. Anyways, if we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna have to have that hooded girl give us a bit of a helping hand here. Now, before we go up into the mountains, I'd say let's get some herbs so that way we can heal ourselves. So we don't, get our butts handed to us.
Just like Resident Evil, just find some green herbs and just chew them, I guess.
Chew them or look for some red herbs so that way you can mix it with the green herbs to get a full restoration. The whole 9 yards.
Because that's how herbs work.
Yeah. By that logic, yes, but
I know that's how it works in the Resident Evil universe, but still.
Yes. So, how is Separate Ways since you are?
I've played a bit of it. It is actually pretty fun. Obviously, it's just a lot like the original, but there is some nice little bits. Like Ada has her grappling gun, which she can melee enemies from a long distance, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is always good.
One of the things I actually was not a big fan of was her getting infected by Las Plagas.
Yeah, but
I mean, I know it adds a bit of depth to her character since that didn't happen in the OG continuity, but I just feel that's kind of... I don't know, I just don't agree with that, direction and story that they're going with that, is what I'm saying.
It gives her a sense of urgency, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Gives her a motivation other than just, getting the amber and occasionally helping Leon. So.
LPH says, so like Batgirl in the Batman games? I guess that's a good way of giving a comparison to that. So yeah, as you probably would have guessed, that this town we're going to visit, or not that the town we already visited, in the manor that we're going to be going through, it deals with the last party member who joins our band of merry misfits.
For we are merry and misfits.
We drink and be merry. Or we drink and be Larry, but if you're a Three Stooges fan, then that's you want to go by that logic. Or does it go eat, drink, and beat Larry?
Everybody knows Mo's the real OG.
So I'm back. And did you just now put the Discord?
Wait, what?
Did you just now post that we're live in the Discord?
No,
Oh yeah, it says 4:55. Okay, that means because I got the notifications now. Only now.
Well, it happens with a bunch of stupid shit though. Delay notifications are sadly a thing.
Yeah, I thought it was you putting. I'm like, wait, what?
Sadly, bad passes happen sometimes.
PH mentioned Batgirl in the Batman game.
Well, I was asking Metal how was the Separate Ways DLC for RE4 Remake. And
like I said, I'm up to like chapter 3 of it. So yeah, like I said, I've only played a bit because at the moment I'm actually just playing Armor Core 6 on my Steam Deck. So, and then I'm gonna have to charge it because recent games on the Steam Deck drain the battery in like an hour and a half. So,
dang.
Again, that's only if you're playing like more recent, very graphically demanding games. Like older stuff or less graphically demanding stuff. You get a lot more out of your battery, obviously. But Yeah, if you're playing shit like RE4 Make or like Armor Core, yeah, it's gonna suck it dry pretty quick. Or even the Spiders Mans.
The Spoodermans.
Spiders.
The Spoodermans,
Spider-Man.
yeah, because I've played Remastered and Miles Morales on here in their entirety, and it works pretty dang good. Except for, like I said, it'll drain your battery quick. That's the only downside. Not as bad as the Game Gear was. Dear God, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Six double A's, and it was drained in like an hour.
Yep.
6 C batteries.
Oh, it was C's. That's right.
I always played it plugged in.
You know what? Same here.
Game Gear, because
I always just plugged it in.
Drained so fast.
I know that you could get like banks and stuff because I know the Game Boy also had that. That like extend it or puts in like extra batteries or like a rechargeable pack or something, which I know did exist. I just never had them. So.
LPH, is it better than the 2004 version? Oh, RE4. Gameplay wise, yes, it is miles superior.
Yeah, gameplay. Yeah, because it controls like the modern remakes, so there's a lot better sense of control and everything. It's not as like, even though 4 was the first actiony one, the controls were still a little tanky, but not too bad. This is kind of more like modern, like third-person action games. So yeah, in that sense, yeah, it's a lot better.
But if anything, the one thing I still miss about RE4 that's not in remake, even though they kind of did it once, was the campiness of the original.
Oh yeah, it was.
I know, right?
Well, it. Like I said, they wanted to tie it into their more grounded, the more quote unquote grounded remakes. So it was a little more serious, though Leon still is a bit of a snarker, but not as meme worthy, maybe.
oh God! I mean, he just
as Matt Mercer. So yeah.
Or you mean Paul Mercier?
Paul Mercier, not Matt Mercer. Paul Mercier, whatever. That guy.
Yeah, that guy who.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah, the second voice of Leon, basically.
Yeah, after from the original, yeah.
Matt Mercer didn't voice him. Matt Mercer didn't voice him until Resident Evil Damnation, the second CGI film.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I remember the first one actually did have him in there, and they actually brought back Allison Cord as Claire too, which was nice.
Yeah. Actually, it was the voice of Leon in RE4, the original, who was in Degeneration, and then they switched.
Oh yeah, Degeneration, then they switched. That's right, for Damnation. I was thinking of Degeneration, yeah. The one in the airport, that's right. They got the obscure, little-known, what was it? Engage/ancient mobile phone port. But hey, mobile phone emulation's coming a long way, folks. We're just getting to the point where we can emulate like Zeebo games. So yeah.
All right.
That is crazy.
And that's good Zeebo. Because there's a Zeebo exclusive version of Double Dragon that's actually quite remarkable and has never been ported anywhere. So
that's funny.
And of course, yeah. Then there's other stuff. Then there's other stuff like how it has how it basically has the mobile phone port of Resident Evil 4, from like 2000, I think 7 or 8, and it's like chunky and awkward as fuck, but it's also weirdly charming. Also, all the Ganados have blue skin because reasons.
They want to make them more like zombies, but yet they're not actually supposed to be called zombies in that universe.
No, they're whatever parasite infected villagers, but yeah.
Right. I find it very weird how people still refer to them as zombies when they're technically not.
They're not.
Even though they are supposed to be, even though they're supposed to be in that same, I guess you could say, enemy level as a normal zombie in the original storyline when they were around, since Umbrella was around. But it's like, why?
Why? Just why?
But anyway, Chaos, just so you know, while you were in the restroom, we were also talking about Mega Man X Dive offline a little bit and saying how we think it's great that more companies should, in this day and age, should be taking more inspiration from that game, you know, when they already had mobile games that are currently still in their life, you know, still being alive, or those who have died should get an offline version.
Yeah, it would make it'd be great. Because like I was saying, like one day, even games like DBZ Legends or Dokkan or something are gonna, you know, eventually die out. So
exactly.
Like it'd be great if those had like an offline like single player experience that had like all the content ever released for it that they could release, like not counting like limited like collab shit that, you know, they can't do legally, obviously, but like if anything that's in the game that they're safe and clear to use, go for it. Just like Mega Man X Dive has literally, I think, every character released for the game, up to and including Hadoken Dr. Light. So
but
not if Charlotte has something to say about it with Dragon Ball Legends dying.
Yeah. But the thing is, when it comes to Mega Man X Dive, the only way to unlock characters is through puzzle pieces that you have to collect. Yeah,
that you collect or you buy from the store, from the general store, which most of the time is usually just Zenny, but sometimes it requires the premium currency, which this game just hands out to you like friggin' candy, because you don't actually have to pay for it.
Well, that's good, as long as it's not real money.
Well, no, like you do anything, and there's like, okay, here's 100 premium currency, basically.
It'd be nice if Star Ocean and Misa's got a console.
Oh, that too. Oh God, I don't know how it is. I forgot about that game, but yeah, that's a game that should get that.
Well, yeah, just like sadly, one day I'm sure Fate's probably not gonna is gonna, you know, sunset. So it'd be nice if that, or like Azure Lane or Hokai Impact or you know, whatever. All those could get like offline single player games once they you know, hit the old dusty trail.
The old dusty trail.
Die.
Oh,
good.
Kentucky said Shallot and his shark suit because he got the freaking drip. You ever seen those Devil Artemis videos with Cell and Shallot and all that, and Kermit the Frog?
Nope.
No?
No.
Metal, you know what I'm talking about?
No. Not entirely.
Wait, but I remember seeing Kermit the Frog being playable in Dragon Ball Xenoverse via a mod.
Well, yeah, you can make anybody playable via mods, really.
Yeah, I know.
Like hell, people have been going nuts modding Armor Core 6, and I've seen anywhere from like literal Gundams to like CJ from San Andreas. as armor cores, and people flying around and like launching, like spamming missiles and shit at everybody as like CJ from San Andreas.
Even LPH says,
I was
like
literally
CJ.
gonna bring up CJ being in the Budokai Tenkaichi mods.
Well, of course,
Armored Core fans had the same idea.
Yeah.
Or like, what is it? I know there's some team out there that is actively trying to put armor cores into like Elden Ring. So that's
good gravy.
That's gonna be fun. Well, they're both FromSoft games, so that kind of makes sense. People would want to make an unholy union of the two.
I guess.
Especially since one's balanced around you being like slow and on the ground and having to dodge and shit, whereas this one you're a hyper fast gigantic mech just loaded with all these ludicrous weapons that could like boost at like over Mach like 2 at directly at people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's gonna be fun if that ever becomes a thing.
LPA said CJ is the master of mods.
Hello. Better hope he's better at mods than he is at driving cars, apparently.
You're supposed to follow the damn train.
Damn train, CJ!
I like a number 9, a number 9
Number
large.
9 large. Number 7. 2 number 8s. Was it a number 4 with extra dip?
A number 46.
Yeah.
God, Smoke feels like he has to one-up everybody with what he orders at that
Yeah.
drive-thru.
Frick, and I think I'm ludicrous when I get nuggets with my Burger King meal.
Just make sure you don't eat 100 of them on a daily basis.
Oh no, it's like 6.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
I usually only order 20.
Good.
Yeah, if I only get them by themselves, that is.
Mm.
Or 40 if I'm feeling really pig out. But even then, like not 100. Woof. I wouldn't even go past 40.
Okay, well, that reminds me of a tweet I've seen where somebody died after eating 148 chicken McNuggets, and the reply was, "So you're saying the limit is 147? Good to know."
Yeah. I remember when Lord Doom was here talking about that.
But still, that's ridiculous.
Just a little.
Little.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I was just making that
I see we're fighting random ghosts that are derpy.
Yeah, lolly ghosts. But they got some pretty high defenses since you can't really damage them through physical means, but they will steal your MP a little bit. So,
As long as it ain't my money.
yeah. But good news is they don't steal a whole lot of magic points, so if anything, they're just more of an annoyance.
Ah, yes, like Superman 2. Huh. That sure showed you. Yeah, I bet that was just a mild inconvenience. Family Guy, maybe for Superman 2 when he threw that like cellophane thing at him. Like, sure showed you. Huh? Yeah, I guess so.
Muteki says something to you, Metal. He says, "Hey, Metal, yesterday got this person mad over Tidal Wave." Oh, speaking of Lord Doom, what's up?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Lord Doom, yo.
Talking about the famed Chicken McNuggets death story. That's why we said speaking of, because I was like, I remember you bringing that up, Lord Doom. Yeah, I really liked how this Goku came out. Holy crap. I'll have to show you in the TGF chat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Wait, no, murder it.
Lord Doom, the exact number varies, but don't do it.
Dodge this!
I've only ever picked out one son, and that was 40. For me, like, it's usually...
Lady Luck
Well, I
behind!
guess still picking up some, say 20, but... It's not an everyday thing.
I remember one time when I was younger, I think I was like either 10 or 11 years old, when my dad was working on a house, and I have not had like lunch since like 10 in the morning, and we didn't even get dinner till about maybe 6 or 7. I was so hungry that I couldn't even wait, and my dad ended up ordering Pizza Hut, and I snarfed down a medium pan hamburger all by myself. Yeah, it was crazy that I could, that I was able to accomplish something like that, but still,
Yeah.
Muteki said 2 people agree with him that they see Tidal Wave as a commander over a Titan. But that person said nope because this leaker is 100% correct that it's a Titan.
Alright, heroes at level 19. We should be okay when we're going up against this boss coming up.
Should.
Oh yeah, we should. Oh cool, another starlight. Good, we need those. When I practiced this, I thought this was going to be really hard because didn't have a lot of starlights on me, but actually it's not that bad. There's actually a good couple within this dungeon.
Lord Doom mentioned about it's the exact number. Remember we were saying earlier? He said it's 412. At 413, apparently you get paralyzed and die.
Oh.
Wait, really?
That reminds me also when I mentioned the picking out 40. Not even that. I was sharing them with my mom, so I'm good. I like how I just said
Lady
boo.
Luck, be kind.
Boo boo.
Oh, metal. Muteki said should have also said if that leaker was real, how come they didn't predict Magmatron?
That's true, yeah. Probably because I don't. You know, that's a good question. Because that really did kind of come out of left field. It's like Tidal Wave, we already kind of guessed because of Armada Megatron and him having the ports on the back,
Anybody?
just like the original.
Hello?
What?
House?
Cows?
I hear nothing.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
He'll be back, folks. Are you back?
Nope. Still hear nothing.
Oh, yikes.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
No, that is not good at all. Can you guys hear us?
Weird.
Muteki says that he hears metal. Do you hear me, Muteki?
I'm assuming they can hear you as well. Because I can
Yeah.
hear cows, but he can't hear us.
Muteki says he hears Fighter.
Yeah,
And
we
he
hear
can-
him, but he doesn't hear us.
Okay. So it's so it's more on Jerry's end. Okay.
It's his end, I think. Yeah, something's up.
Maybe he just needs to get his steamed hams together.
Yeah. Oh, time to play.
Okay.
Hello.
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Okay.
What
Somehow lowered my volume all the way to nothing, even though I didn't push nothing.
Huh.
Okay, that's
That
weird.
Weird.
Yeah. So y'all were saying stuff.
Now I kind of forgot. We
It
were
was about
mentioning something.
Magmatron, I think.
Oh, Magmatron, yeah.
I'd like to know how that happened. It's like, yeah, all of a sudden my sound went all the way to 0.
Oh well, you're back.
Yeah.
You were saying Metal Meg's port.
What?
That's what Muteki said.
Oh, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
But I was talking about Magmatron that Techie brought up. The leaker was like something about Titan class and all this. You know the class thing. I don't.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Magmatron, yeah, did take us off guard because I think they wanted it to be very quiet. Because, like I said, it's apparently going to be this year's commander, kind of like the Legacy Evolution commander is the Armada, the big Armada Optimus. I can you do the super mode. So I guess next year's is going to be a 3-part combining Magmatron, I guess.
Oh, Muteki said Try to explain how a Titan that big can combine with small Megatron.
If I remember, like the original toys, it was just like two of the fronts of the boat mode went under like Megatron's arms like cannons, and then some parts of Tidal Wave clips to the back, so he can actually hold them because they're like ludicrously heavy, I think. But again, I never had the original, so I'm not 100% on that.
Do they go at ludicrous speed, though?
Ludicrous?
Do they go plaid?
Oh yeah. We go beyond ludicrous speed to plaid.
Now, this part of the story, since, we were talking about other stuff.
Uh-huh.
Where we at?
We're inside this.
Ghosts and toys?
We're inside this manor because we're actually taking a test from this mysterious woman in a robe from the recent town that we just arrived in, because we're trying to find a way to get out of it and go to the next town so that way we can get closer to the port that we need to take in order to ride to Pentagulia, but we're having to take a shortcut because Leo's up to shenaniganery again and trying to block our way from going forward.
Mm-hmm.
I know it may seem kind of weird that, that we're inside this manor with all this happening, but, it is what it is. I mean, there's got to be some form of subplot that goes on in the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as it ain't Yu Yu Hakusho where...
Yeah, where it takes 17 chapters just to revive Yusuke Urameshi. Still, when you mention that is nuts.
Right?
Gypsy magic!
And then you talked about some diddler who tried to have his way with Keiko, which I was like, ugh.
What gets me is the jokey way they did it, like you're just supposed to laugh. I'm like, no, it's not funny.
It's not even funny. I mean, if that happened in real life, that would cause a lot of outrage. It's just like, why? When you explain that to me.
Dodge this!
But as I said, in today's episode, we are getting both the characters to finish up our entourage of merry misfits. So the last party member is coming up pretty soon. But how do we get it? Well, you probably fit the pieces of the puzzle together by now if you played this game. But if you have not, just wait and see.
Game makes you meet your party members quicker, huh? Like,
yeah.
I didn't get all the members in first game, so after going through some trials,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it took maybe a few hours before the whole band came together.
Really? Yep.
Yeah, this one's kind of like that, but at the same time, it goes a little bit longer than usual, but still. Anyway, let's see. Give that to Hero and give one to Jean because we are at a boss's doorstep. And yes, we will use the rest of our starlights that we have to refill on MP because... Oh yeah, Muteki mentions we need Danny Trejo. So does Like a Dragon or Yakuza. And that guy's
I just hope they don't have any Haitians in Yakuza 8.
Yakuza 8?
No, that was a joke, but it was a joke to him in Vice City, and his character
Oh.
hates Haitians in Vice City.
Oh yeah, that's
Because
right.
he's a Cuban guy that gives you some missions, and one of them is like was called in the original release "Kill All Haitians," but in later releases they changed the mission's name to "Cannon Fodder."
Funny.
Yeah,
Right, that's right. There was a whole controversy over that. I remember that now.
there was, yeah, that it was anti-Haitian.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next boss, the Magic Tester LX1. So basically, it's just a huge wind-up doll of a boss.
Huh.
Kind of funny how this boss is made, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. We need to have more JRPGs where we have bosses like these, just completely out of the blue and just out of context. But, you know, just fun looking at it at first sight.
See, you may like a game called Clockwork Knights for Sega.
Yeah, I've never played it, but I've seen it. It's very interesting and kind of funky, especially its opening.
Dodge this.
Oh, and speaking of Danny Trejo, I didn't even know he voiced a character in Def Jam Fight for NY.
Oh yeah, he's actually
Yeah,
like
I love that.
a fictional version of him is
Of
actually
himself.
is actually a playable fighter. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but in terms of the story, he was like a henchman for Snoop Dogg's side.
For Snoop
so
Dogg, yeah, he was one of Snoop Dogg's henchmen, basically,
I love that game so much.
who also plays a fictionalized version of himself.
Yeah, basically named Crow,
Mm-hmm.
and Fat Joe played a fictional version of something named Crack.
That one's kind of funny. Yeah, that one was kind of funny.
Dodge this.
When they say crack,
And-
what are they talking about here, huh, Joe?
and I just read up that Danny Trejo is 79 years old.
Yeah.
yeah, man, he's old yet still kicking like just fine, Rick.
Mad props. I mean, we all knew that George Takei was old when he voiced Masumi Arakawa in Like a Dragon, but still.
Dodge this.
Plus, I think this would be the second time that they used a famous person's likeliness or voice for a video game character in the Yakuza series, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, no, because they did beat Takeshi too, as it because he was in there as like his face and his voice, so as a character.
Which I showed you. I think. I showed Tomo and Wheels at least.
Well, yeah, partially because he's a known actor, and also because he made so many. Let's just say he has a thing. Yeah, he has a thing for making Yakuza movies, which apparently the actual Yakuza quite enjoy. So yeah, of course, you're gonna have Beat Takeshi, Mr. Yakuza movie director in there.
Plus, I mean, if I remember right, some of the movies were direct influences.
Mm-hmm.
Muteki says Yakuza 1 PS2 had that guy from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, Michael Madsen was one of the voices in there. Of course, along with Mark Hamill as Majima. So.
Well, I know, but I'm just talking. But then again,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, checkmate.
Gypsy magic!
Yeah, and speaking of Matt Mercer, he is the second voice of Majima. Since he voiced him in since he voiced him in Yakuza Like a Dragon. But yep. So I bet you, I'm pretty sure that you will hear him again in Infinite Wealth when that comes out. Which, when they did the Ryoga Gotoku Like a Dragon Direct, I was kind of hoping we would actually see footage of the English dub shown off, but they still haven't even done that thus far. And that game comes out in January. I mean, we've heard I mean, and still we haven't even heard any of the English stuff from Like a Dragon Gaiden either, which honestly I find to be quite surprising. I figured that they would, be showcasing that off right about now,
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, there's some good news. Apparently the WGA strike may be almost over.
Oh, really?
Because apparently they've called in lawyers to look at the fine print, apparently, on a deal that they're wanting to sign. So, yeah, that strike might be over soon. And then, of course, the actors would probably be shortly thereafter. So...
Muteki says that he still prefers Sylvester Stallone as Cosmo Kiryu over Young Yi.
Well,
I can see that. But then again, Sylvester Stallone is pretty old too. But still, they make him look built AF in this day and age.
Dodge this.
And as you can see, the boss, we did some damage to it. Some of its appendages are gone. So, this boss has, the damages on the sprites that you see of the boss, actually reflects how much hit points it has left. So you would guess that we have already taken off half of its hit points, and you would be right. But the thing about Kiryu that just really tore my heart apart is, the announcement in the game that he contracted terminal illness, aka cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
yes, that word that they don't say in Japan, because,
Dodge this.
Because, they just don't.
Yeah.
Happy hour.
I mean, I understand, and passing the torch, because that's basically what Kasuga's story is that Kiryu's gonna be passing the torch off to Ichiban to be like the next dragon or whatever, or the rising of a dragon or what it's called. That type of coming of age passage.
Mm-hmm.
Gypsy magic!
Oh yeah, that too. Muteki's right. Rocky did beat that illness that he had in the Creed movies.
Dodge this.
I thought he still had those.
Happy hour.
you take kids, you're strong enough to keep me down. So you got that thing coming.
Yeah.
Gypsy magic!
Well, be glad. Speaking of Rocky, I was tempted, but I didn't do it. So be glad. I was gonna put in those emojis for the status. I was gonna put the best as well, but decided not to.
Muteki says Sylvester Stallone has voiceover, except Mortal Kombat 11's Rambo. Not to mention he didn't even voice Rambo in the recent Rambo arcade game by Raw Thrills either.
No.
Or Sega.
No, I think... Oh, yeah. And unfortunately, that Rambo game also decided to do the cheapest option available, which is just rip audio clips from the movies, even though they're at a significantly lower fidelity than the rest of the game sounds.
Exactly. Muteki even said it right. That game sucked.
I'm one, admittedly, I am a bit of a fan of, rail shooters and the such, but yeah, that was just kind of shit. Even as somebody who likes rail shooters, that was kind of a crappy rail shooter.
Yeah.
Speaking of rail shooters,
his arms.
Watching G.I. Joe
his arms were sausages. Muteki says.
Yeah. I wish this fly would stop bugging me. There was, yeah.
And it was Konami who made it too.
Surprising, yeah. It's just funny because we're actually getting a new G.I. Joe game, I think, next year. So. Which is going to be interesting, and it's sort of looking like doing the Shredder's Revenge kind of route, where they're kind of like going back to the Sunbow cartoon, and then like doing a game based on that looks a bit like a beat 'em up. So yeah, that might actually be good.
We can only hope. I mean, we've been seeing a huge boom of that. I mean, first we got Shredder's Revenge, now we got one based on the Toxic Crusaders, and now with G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, you would never expect, something like Toxic Crusaders to get on that bandwagon. That just out of left field,
Mm-hmm.
Legit, you think like, wait, what? I
Although
thought
I'm
that
pretty
died. And then, like,
I'm
that's what we wanted you to think.
Although I'm pretty sure that Lloyd Kaufman's pretty happy about it, since, his company created Toxic Avenger.
Changes. Yeah, the thing flips the Soviet Union. But you guys broke up. We wanted you to think.
You do believe that? Ha ha ha!
His grave.
Must
crush
you?
capitalism.
You must crush capitalism.
Muteki asks you something, Metal. He says, "Hey, Metal, the people doing RoboCop game didn't do Rambo Arcade, right?"
RoboCop.
Oh yeah, forgot about that RoboCop game, which I still haven't played or seen.
Yeah, neither have I. I'm not sure actually.
Not to worry, this boss is about down for the count.
I like how some days I do better than others.
Dodge this!
Alright, the boss is down, finally.
Man, these bosses, man. The
Yeah.
last one took, they're legit.
Yeah, they wanted your money when you rented these games.
For real. Like, golly.
Everybody got a level up out of that fight, so that's pretty good. Oh, by the way, voice dialogue and anime cutscene coming up.
You idiot!
Woo.
You totally destroyed my Mega Magic Tester! I guess you did pass. Ta-da! Congratulations! You're a winner! My name is Lamina Alsa. You have now officially passed the entrance exam to the Magic Guild of Vane. Did I surprise you?
So yeah, meet our 5th party member, Lamina Alsa.
Oh.
And by the surname, yes, she is actually Mia's descendant. And she kind of looks like her too, with the hair, albeit it being blonde, but yeah. Fighter Cow says, Welch from Star Ocean? Oh, yeah. I could, yeah, Jerry, I could definitely see the comparison with that, too.
LPH. Yay?
Yeah.
Because we passed. Yay?
Yeah. This is like one of those break the fourth wall moments right here. So yeah, she's got quite a brighter personality than Mia does, but she seems to be more of a gold digger, if anything.
Family Guy. Old timey dude. He's not messing with a gold digger. What rhymes with digger? 17. I forgot which Family Guy that was.
But yeah, she does bear the same magical powers as Mia does in the first Lunar game. So she has both fire and ice magic. At first, when I played this, I thought she was both Mia and Nash's descendant because I thought by memory she actually had Nash's thunder magic too, but I was completely wrong. It's like when you play games like these, it makes you wonder what made you think they had certain things that you thought that they had in the past when looking back at it now when they actually don't have that. It's like that whole Mandela effect really just grips you strong in this day and age. It's like, where did I go wrong? You know?
Oh, that's so sad. I'm getting emails from Right Stuff like, hey man, buy stuff. And I'm like, you guys are dead. Should I even buy anything? Like, am I even going to get what I ordered? I know they said, yeah, you are, but I don't trust that, you know? Techie said, play that song. Yeah, they're gone. Oh, yeah, you can hear. Oh, my God, that means the Chris Brown might. People outside, man. Oh, no, it is on. I guess it was just that loud.
Chris Brown.
No, the Chris noise canceling.
Oh, okay.
In Discord.
I thought you said Chris Brown. I was like, what, are we going to bring up Rihanna again?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Don't even make mention out of that joke. That's still too soon, even if it was over 15 years ago. And honestly, it's pretty rough. Muteki says, gonna miss getting Blu-ray for a bit chip. Huh.
Have a chip.
Muteki even says, I hate Chris Brown for what he did to her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ta-da! Oh, you're gonna be like that one girl from Kitty Grade who does that every time when she makes her grand entrance. Which, even though I have not seen that anime, I do know that reference. Have any of you guys seen Kitty Grade?
Yes, I actually did back I forget if there was another one, but I did see it on Anime Network, which apparently only a few people had. Yes, I watched Kitty Grade, and I know that Stephanie Naldani did a dub version of the song too that the dub had.
Ah, Gohan, OG Kid Gohan's voice for Funimation, yeah. I think I remember it was Colleen Clinkenbeard and Monica Rial who voiced the two main protagonists in that show. Oh no, she's about to sneeze, so if she sneezes, does her hair turn blue and she actually turns out to be a really nice girl underneath?
Oh boy, lunch.
Yes.
LP said she'll show you the world, LOL. There. Muteki said we should stream the movie game it had. We were talking about it earlier. Remember?
Oh.
Battleship?
A battleship?
Ooh. I don't know. Did Battleship have a game based off the movie? That's funny.
Yeah, fun fact. Yes, it did. Basically, there was two different ones. There was one for like modern consoles that was like a generic, boring kind of Call of Duty ripoff. And then the Wii version, which bizarrely was a turn-based tactical RPG. And believe it or not, the Wii version was significantly better because it wasn't a shitty Call of Duty clone.
It wasn't a Call of Duty clone?
No, it was actually a decent like strategy RPG. So
Nice.
or tactical RPG or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
A Nintendo port that's actually a lot better than the
Yeah.
other versions.
Yeah, Battleship for Wii is yeah surprisingly good. So for what it is.
You remember Transformers War for Cybertron on the Wii called Cybertron Adventures was actually a rail shooter and not the Gears of War clone?
Yeah. Which admittedly was actually a smart idea and it actually kind of worked. So, which was I give them definite props for. I mean, yeah, if you can't do the full on game, then yeah, just convert it into a rail shooter and I mean, hey, why not? I mean, there are far worse ones for the Wii, like the Men in Black game. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
And trust me, I like my Wii rail shooters. I love me House of the Dead. I love my New York Gunblade. Ghost Squad is obviously one of my all-time favorites. But
and not to mention the Resident Evil Chronicles games, Umbrella Chronicles, Darkside Chronicles.
Oh yeah, those definitely too. Yes, especially. They're a lot easy with a Wiimote or using one of those gun holsters than like the later ports where you could use like gun cons and stuff, but you could also use the controller, which is obviously not the way you want to play most rail shooters, unless it's been specifically designed to use the controller. But yeah.
LPH says, I just want my Uno movie. LPH, give it some time because Hasbro, since they have so many board games and card games under their belt, they can make a movie about almost anything. So it's just only a matter of time, man.
I was going to say, the success of the Barbie movie has basically taught Hollywood to start making movies off of toys since... the whole game boom didn't really take since sadly I don't think the Ouija movie did as well as Hasbro thought it would do.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you never know.
Muteki says, is Mortal Kombat Armageddon worth it on Wii or wait for a PS2 version? That's interesting because I never played the Wii version of Armageddon.
No, same here. But what I remember, it was fairly similar. I think the only difference was that the Wii version had some form of online play, whereas the PS2 one didn't. I think that was really the only major difference. I think.
Just like
especially if you have a classic controller, right? You wouldn't be.
Well, yeah, classic. Yeah. I think it
Pro, whatever they call it.
Yeah, classic. Yeah, back then, it was called the classic controller.
And then they had a pro version after that, but yeah. Muteki says, Hasbro working on a Nerf movie.
Yeah, I know. That's gonna be interesting.
Like we said, they're gonna make a movie just about almost anything. They're probably going to do one based on Clue, even though it would probably be more based on their standards than the Clue movie that we actually got back in the past.
Well, yeah.
Uh-oh, where's my... Okay.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
I couldn't find my mouse cursor.
So, what do you guys think of Welch? I mean, Lamina, so far.
Well, I don't mind her. I like her bubbliness.
Yeah. But you can see that she lacks
Plus, I like Welch.
You can see that she lacks the maturity that Mia possesses.
But I mean, she reminds me of Welch a lot too. If you're playing, especially if you're playing Divine Force.
Oh, Muteki says that she's still my type. Man. Even more so than Jean?
Oh, look at that. Burning Rain. Look at that. Yeah, I say so after doing that. I say she's pretty darn good.
Yeah, she's She's got some pretty good magical prowess on her.
He says, but I like Gene still. Muteki mentioned Hot Cheetos had a movie. That's right. Yep. LPH toys and video game movies. Yeah, you mentioned the Uno movie.
You know, speaking of Cheetos, it should get itself a Chester Cheetah in Too Cool to Fool movie or Wild Wild Chest movie.
Wild Wild Chest.
And you're probably thinking, the video game?
I used to live
Yep.
downtown.
Gypsy Magic!
I don't know if people know that one. I used to live downtown after saying Wild Wild West.
Muteki says, I'll see it.
Got that reference. Damn, I hate having to explain references, but it's a reference to Fresh Prince.
Ah,
Before Will Smith was even in Wild Wild West movie, he was doing Wild Wild West in an episode of Fresh Prince, and then Carlton came in going, I used to live downtown. Just out of nowhere, like singing with him. Oh, they're dead.
yep. All thanks to her mega magic flames. She always has that.
Just rain fire from heaven. Like, that's pretty OP. Hey, I got a stick. I got a sword. I rain holy fire from heaven, from on high, to my enemies. Turn them into pillars of salt. Nothing. Hero, sword, Rodfar, just heals. Jean just fights with her fists and throws a fan. Just right. I absolutely evaporate my enemies. I cause nuclear annihilation. Like, that's such a step up.
Oh, yeah. Sure is something, huh?
For real.
Ferocious wind!
Anybody like G.I. Joe? Speaking of the game, those figures look cool to me.
Oh yeah, the classifieds they showed off and everything.
I wanted Scarlet, and they showed Scarlet with different ponytails. So,
Scarlet A is Scarlet
and
B.
also Baroness with like red and gold with the twins. I forgot what the twins were called.
Tomax and Zaymont.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's the same name, but like reverse,
Backwards.
back and forth. Yeah,
So how's
because
October...
they're twins. Get it?
Muteki asks, so how's October Pack for all, or Husk Wonder and Spidey too?
Oh no,
Man.
I also want Fate Samurai Remnant.
Yes, that too.
Muteki
man.
mentioned, yeah, classic Scarlet. We need Lady J class. We do. I want her next.
We have a lot of stuff coming out in October. It's not even funny.
Female Snake Eyes. Man, G.I. Joe has a lot of wife. Randomly, you wouldn't think so.
Lady Luck, be kind!
I mean, we got Sonic Superstars, we got Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Spider-Man 2,
Yep.
Fate Samurai
Spider-Man.
Remnant.
I hope that's good.
Hopefully. I still want to get that, but probably won't until sometime after it releases.
Dodge this!
I mean, I already have my eyes set on Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Star Ocean Second Story R, Like a Dragon Gaiden, and Super Mario RPG Remake.
Muteki does have a point. Well, yeah, because it's a single-player game. He said he wants Fate 2, but he can wait for a sale. I mean, I can't get it day one even if I wanted to anyways, so...
Right.
Oh, is there? When does Persona 3 Reload come out?
January or February of next year.
I swear, if it's the same day, if it's the same bloody week as Tekken 8 and Yakuza 8, I would be like, what the frick?
We're getting a lot of RPGs for the first quarter of next year. I mean, we got Yakuza or Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We got Persona 3 Reload, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and Final Fantasy 7
That
Rebirth.
one I forgot about. Right. Because it's finally a full, not no gacha game, just full-on Grand Blue Fantasy as an action RPG.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Persona 3 comes out February 2nd, so you have a little bit of breathing room from Like a Dragon and Persona. Just a little bit.
Just a smidge.
Now, Tekken's January 24th.
Yeah.
26th.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's Tekken No, it is January.
January 26th. Yeah,
Yep.
it's January. January 26th.
It's like I'm working on saving money to go to Japan. Second Story R, and you said that you played the demo on Switch and you found it to be very adorable, especially when it comes to Claude and Reina.
I loved it, and I want to, and I love both of them. They're great. I see why people like this game.
Oh yeah, it's truly a gem.
Mega Magic Flame!
It's like, with me saving up money to go to Japan, all of a sudden we're just getting a lot of great games that are coming out. I'm like, why does life have to punish me this way?
I know, right?
Dang. But yeah, that's going to be fun next year. But, you know, if there is something that you're wanting me to get from Japan when I come back, then we'll have to talk about that.
When it gets closer to that, I'll try and make a list of, like, they're not gonna be big things. There's gonna be like swag, basically. But I'll yeah, when it's closer, I'll be like, all right. Let me look what kind of swag I want.
Swag.
What little keepsakes, little.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing me, it's probably gonna be like, yo, if you can get some like chibi gachas from these guys, you know me and gacha. Remember, like Will said, if I ever go there with him, he's gonna have me on a leash. I'm gonna go to every gacha machine I see, and apparently they're everywhere. So I may like collapse on the street from like gacha overload. I don't know. Gacha, you know, just like the gacha thing on Rocket Fate, the Fate chibi thing. Gacha, yahoo, gacha, 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 and she's like, just freaking out. I mean me. I am
Muteki asked you
Kudako,
something,
even
Fire
though...
Cows.
Mega Magic
Oh, did he?
Flame!
Yeah, he did. He says,
When you say you love... Yeah?
Yeah, anyway, go ahead and read it.
Love like Rangiku or love like Yoruichi? You mean who do I like more? Is that what he means?
I guess so.
Well, in that case, I've always had a thing for Yoruichi ever since the beginning. She's like one of my top favorites. A lot. It was her and Pyrotes. Pyrotes even more, just because I like Motos a little more, but I like Yoruichi a lot.
Muteki says, you
I love the demo. Oh yeah, I was like, what kind of I don't know. Like how Yoruichi says or how Rangiku says it. You mean like I don't know.
Mega Magic Flame!
Or like how I feel. I just know I really like the demo.
It's just that good.
I just don't know how what level I'd put it at. I didn't. It's only 3 hours. It won't let you go past 3 hours.
Yeah.
But
it is making me...
I started the game.
Now, I haven't played the demo myself, but I am looking forward to it immensely.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to try out the combat in the demo. How is it? Is it actually really good with all the fine-tuning that they made for it?
So far, yeah. You could even do just parries. Like like Third Strike or something. If you hold B at the right time.
Uh-huh.
It's on Switch B, like I guess it'd be what, X on PlayStation. You go pshoo pow pow. Yeah, no, like it played. Remember the first remake of Star Ocean? It's kind of like that, but more refined, basically.
Uh-huh.
You know, the first R, what's it called? Was that what's it
Lady
called?
Luck be
First Departure R.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's similar to that. If you play, which you got me that, and I was playing, I was like, oh, this reminds me of that, but like more fine-tuned,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Yeah. I just thought that the new mechanics, how you can stagger enemies after and doing
Yeah, you can
combos
do
with
that.
other characters, actually made it more intuitive.
I haven't gotten. So far I was so early. It's just I picked Reyna for this, and it's just her. That I mean, you know, the part I am. Pretty sure she'll team up with Claude. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was able to
and
do just parry. So
what did you think when you heard the voice of Claude being Spike Spencer and Reyna being Eden Regal?
Mike Spencer, I should have known it was him. I like him. He fits.
Yeah. At least
Well,
he's.
don't worry, I'll get in the robot.
Yeah, I was about to say, at least he's more tolerable than a certain character that you either come to love or you come to hate immensely.
Mega Magic Flame!
So, just so you know, in this dungeon, there's no boss, but by the time we get out of it, we'll wrap up for the day.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's not,
look at that.
and it's not that much longer
Pretty
either.
good. That's pretty good then. Didn't feel like
Yeah.
a slug, which is good. It shouldn't feel like a slug.
No, I just hope you guys are having fun with this game as much as I am.
I mean, yeah, so far I am.
Hopefully Metal is too.
I am here.
No, are you having fun with it, though? From what I'm playing of the game so far.
Yeah, so far, like I said, not a huge RPG guy, but it's all right.
Okay. Bees paralyzing me. Left and right.
Be kind.
Oh, come on, Ronfar. Where's your... Why are the dice gods being so bad with me right now with you in this episode?
Question?
You're supposed to be my friend!
Mega Magic Flame!
LPH, to me, it's just bad writing. Oh, are you talking about this game? I mean, when you...
It's old school's one. It's just tropey.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Lunar, it's basically the game that pretty much popularized Japanese tropes and RPGs.
It reminds me of people who watched Bastard and then they were like, man, this is like, yeah, Bastard created these tropes. Lord Doom said, I'm back. Someone needed to know the legend of Pelinal and his killing light.
Ferocious
Murdering
wind.
of all elves.
LPH says no.
Oh,
It must be for something else.
Mega Magic Flame!
Oh, yes, Muteki. It's Batman Arkham Trilogy on the Switch and Metal Gear Solid Collection. I forgot about those.
Oh yeah.
But, as you would expect, the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 1 is inferior on Switch, which is a no-brainer.
Which is a massive surprise.
Well, yeah, maybe for something like, Metal Gear Solid 2 at least, but, because even the PS1, which the Switch is actually more powerful than PS2, but Metal Gear Solid 2 on PS2 ran in 60 frames a second all the way through during gameplay. So you figured that the Switch is powerful for that, but no.
Ah, okay. LPH explained. There you go.
All right. Here, let's do Ice Storm on you, and make you guys stay cool.
Well, PH mentioned he was talking about when he mentioned bad writing. He was saying how some shows. He was talking about how some shows and movies where they hate the actor for doing their lines, but not the writing team for writing the lines. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Muteki says for a PS5, I was guaranteed 60 frames per second, but no 30 frames per second. Oh, you'll get all the games. Well, albeit the first game being. You'll get both the games MGS2 and MGS3 at 60 frames a second, but just not the first game. But it's just for Switch. It just runs in 30 FPS all the way through for all three games, which for MGS2's case doesn't make any sense. I mean, that game wasn't graphically... I mean, that game was graphically intensive for the time, but not that intensive. You know?
Especially not for no Switch. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be good to hear David Hayter's voice again.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Metal Gear. Metal Beer. Great Kinnear.
I love that.
I'll take care of this.
Jeez, Muteki. He said yesterday saw MGS3 on 3DS and it still sells for $100.
Yeah, even though it's not a great port, it's still in demand.
Mm-hmm. And I got me the 3DS version, physical, and complete in box too.
Nice.
I'll take care of
I mean,
this.
Metal Gear Solid 3 on the 3DS, ambitious, but, yeah, it wasn't optimized well. But not a bad attempt. I did like how they implemented the Metal Gear Solid 4 control scheme into that port. That I thought that was a major plus. And, anyways, we are finally out of the dungeon, so I guess it's now time to start plugging and get out of here for the day.
All right.
We made some pretty good progress in this episode.
You're right.
Whoops. Sure. I'll save a second time. Why not? All right. So I guess I'm first when it comes to plugging this week. So yeah, I know, Muteki, but don't worry. We'll get to part 4 next week. So the whole merry band will be back together. He says, "No, we still got time." LPH, we'll have to give you a rain check and see how much that costs. For discs and complete in box, but yeah, it's still a collector's item. He's talking about the Twin Snakes on GameCube. But anyways,
oh yeah.
I guess I'll go ahead and start plugging since it's my turn first, I think. So, anyways, you guys can follow me on YouTube and Twitch at Double RPG Reviews. YouTube's my bread and butter when it comes to content. I'm currently working on my first episode of the Legend of Zelda retrospective for my YouTube channel, which is coming along very nicely, and hopefully it'll be out either at the end of this month or at the beginning of October, so be on the lookout for that. Twitch is secondary, as I use that to stream on there, but I stream on YouTube at the same time as Twitch via Restream, so follow me at both those sources when you possibly can. And God damn it, Muteki. He says, fine, Double RPG, just plug in playing Zelda on Philips CDI. God damn it. Anyways, follow me on Facebook and Twitter for all your social media feeds coming from me. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. Looking forward to playing more next week. And that's me. So, Metal, you next,
Thanks.
and not anything that's in relation to Zelda CDI games, please.
All right, but it sure will be boring around here.
My boy, peace is what all
Exactly.
heroes strive for.
Drive 4. Anyways, I'm gonna go
Lord.
bonk some dodongos. Anyways, I'm Metal Blue Eyes. I'm on Twitter /X at Metal Blue Eyes 0 and on YouTube at Metal Blue Eye. Also check out hero-club.com and follow them across social media at Hero Club for Life. Thank you.
And I also put in the link to the Geek Fighters Discord in case if you guys hadn't followed. But yeah, it's right there. All right, Fighter Cows.
Well, my status is that I'm not hungry enough to eat a Noctorok.
But why? Is it because they are too hard to chew, or is it because they're or you just don't like to eat octopus? Or a bit of both.
That was another line from the Zelda game. So hungry I can eat Noctorok.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, what do you got to plug?
Well, I stream Tuesdays and Fridays. Hopefully, it can continue into next month. We'll see. I may just need some extra help. I may have to do some like a fundraising stream, but for the most part, you can see me Tuesdays and Fridays on Twitch. Twitch.tv/FighterCouse at 4 p.m. Eastern, Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesdays is King of Fighters, Fridays is Fate Grand Order. And also check out my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever you want to call it. Social media, the same name. I do webcomics and random art, and I also do commissions. If you want me to earn my keep, you know, if you think like I shouldn't just give them money, maybe I ask them to draw something. That's fine. I do that too. Anything else? No. Check out Tuesday for King of Fighters.
All right,
and our Discord if Kyle didn't put that there.
Oh, I did.
Okay. Well,
I mentioned that I put it on there before telling you to plug. But anyways, all right. So next time when we return to Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete, we'll resume where we left off and try to figure out a way to get out of the Salian Desert and go into the next zone, which is the Katarina Zone, which is the same zone where we traveled to get to Meribia and Vane, but getting to those places will be just a little bit longer. But anyways, we'll just have to see where we go from there. And also, we see a wardrobe change for Lucia in the next episode, and that ought to be very cool to look at. But anyways, until next time, gamers, I'm Double RPG.
I'm Metal Blue Eyes.
I'm Fighter Cows.
And Fighter Cows, you have two great words left to end this stream off, and they are...
Nimi. Kanyo.
Peace out, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the autumnal equinox, which hit today, believe it or not. And we'll see you next Saturday. Adios. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.